What's going on, guys? Han Yolo, another beer video, another growler this time, man, and this time I got a triple IPA by Revision Brewing out of Nevada. Revision is known to make some really good hazy beers, hazy IPAs, but this time I've had a little taster of it again. Like I mentioned in my last video about growler, I like to try the beer before I commit to a full 64 ounces of beer, of a growler of it. So I had a little taster of it. It's like an ounce and a half or two. And out of the entire list that I've tried, like the few beers I've tried, not the entire list, that'd be awesome though, I decided to go with this triple IPA, man. I think you guys would be surprised because Revision makes really solid hazy IPAs, New England style IPAs, whatever you want to call them. So I just want to talk about the growler fill, by the way, here. So this particular growler, I have a bunch of growlers, and I just like using these because they're a lot easier to pour. I've talked about my other growlers before, how they're a pain in the ass, although they are nice because they're insulated, so they keep the beer or whatever you have in there really cold or really hot. The line right here actually has a line right there that says 64 ounces, and it is filled all the way, basically all the way to the top there. I'm not sure how many more ounces that is. It's like 3, 6. I don't know how many ounces more that is. But shout out to the person who poured my growler, man. Thank you. It will definitely be a challenge to pour this, man. Let's get this open here. And again, I was gonna pour it off camera over a sink or whatever, just to not make a mess. But I decided to pour it on camera, just so I can talk about the head and whatever. I'll try my best not to spill this because you guys all know how much I love to edit videos, man. There we go. I definitely over poured. Now I can't really give it a good swirl or anything, but it'll have to do. Let's call that good for now. So let's talk about the head real quick. It poured with, I'm gonna say, initially when I was pouring it, kind of, I guess, off camera at that point because it was kind of lower down. It poured about, I'm gonna say, a finger of just white, very carbonated looking fizzy head, man. And as you can tell, there are definitely a ton of carbonation bubbles climbing up to the top there. The head is basically gone. There's just a thin film over it over the top. Not much going on there, but it is very carbonated, man, as you guys can see there. Maybe not so much on the camera. I'll try to, there we go. Maybe you can see that. Yeah, you can probably see that a little bit. But decided to use this Northwest IPA, triple IPA Fest glass here. It's, I don't know, it probably holds like 6 ounces. I decided to be extra and, use a triple IPA glass for a triple IPA. And I forgot to tell you what beer, I don't remember if I mentioned that was a triple IPA. That's my bad. This is a triple IPA from Revision out of Nevada, 12% ABV. It is called Hangry, man. And when I mentioned earlier, I was talking about a lot about them making really solid hazy IPAs. As you can tell, this is not hazy. It is cloudy at best, but it is not hazy, and that's one of the reasons why I got it as well. And this is Nevada. I don't know if you count that as West Coast. I mean, it is on the west, but it's not really on the coast. But it is fairly close to the coast. So this is a West Coast IPA all the way, man. There is no East Coast in here at all. Putting it to the light, it is definitely a straw golden color, cloudy like I mentioned. Definitely not hazy, not juice-like, not a juice bomb appearance to it. Let's get the nose on this. And again, nose slightly stuffy, but I am not sick because I don't get sick. Tons of citrus. I'm getting crisp apple in this too, which is odd. Kind of reminds me of like a cider. Definitely not a cider. Slight dankness, tropical fruit notes coming through here. Like sweet tropical fruits, mangoes, pineapples. Maybe not mangoes, but peaches and pineapples for sure though. I take that back. You do get slight ripe mangoes in this. But definitely apples, man. Crisp apples, like Golden Delicious apples, Granny Smith apples. Wait, are those the squishy, or not squishy, mushy red ones? If they are, not those ones, but definitely Honey Crisp, Fiji or Fiji? Is it Fiji or Fuji? One of the two apples. You get that Honeycrisp. If I didn't say that already, I think I did. Might be going crazy. I also decided to use this glass because I just got off work. Pretty empty stomach. Decided that, you know, drinking a ton of a 12% triple IPA on an empty stomach is probably not a good idea. Probably feel like ass afterwards. So I'm pouring, I don't know, 6 ounces, 5 ounces, 4 ounces. Shoot, I really don't know. Anyways, let's get into a flavor, man. Cheers. Yup, tastes just like it did 45 hours ago. Mouthfeel is just half a step above water consistency. That crisp apple aroma that I was telling you about, definitely get that on the palate, man. It is coming through. It reminds me a little bit of like treetop apple juice. There's a little bit of that in there. Definitely citrus coming through, very strong. There's dankness to it, which is, it's great. I love West Coast IPAs with dankness in it. Bitterness, there is definitely bitterness to this. You can tell it is an IPA. It is not a juice bomb. This is definitely 100% a West Coast IPA, man. Tropical notes are coming through. Very generic tropical notes. Mangoes, pineapples, peaches. You know, those kind of notes. Not really like a huge flavor in any of those, like specific fruits. It's just kind of a blend of all of it. The sweetness comes through really nicely. That kind of rounds out the bitterness. It is, if you like West Coast hoppy, danky IPAs, man, I'm gonna say this is a winner for you, for sure. I don't know how far Revision distributes their beer, or like if they distribute to the east side or not. Definitely worth trying. I don't know if I trade something crazy for it, because Revision just doesn't have that trade value to it. I don't know why. I'm kind of glad it doesn't, but I'm also glad that they distribute it here. So I don't have to trade for it. They make solid beers, man. I don't know if I've had anything else from them other than IPAs. I'm not even sure they make anything else other than IPAs, but very, very solid triple, man. And like I said, triples for me are a hit or miss. There's like really, I guess there's some in between, I suppose, but usually they're way too malty, too sweet, not enough hoppiness, not enough bitterness to round out all that maltiness. But this is a very balanced beer, I would say, and I think I said that about the last one too, because it had very similar qualities. And talking about triple IPAs, this is 12%. It is not a 10% ABV beer. It's 12%. If you told me this was a double, I believe you. 100%. If you told me this was 8% ABV, I would 100% believe you, because I literally am not getting any alcohol at all. Like, no trace of it. No alcohol burning sensation in the back of my throat. It's not in my chest. It's like literally, I do not taste alcohol at all. It's crazy, man. I don't know how they do it, but this is 12% ABV. The last one I did was, I think, 10, maybe 9. I don't remember. And I got some alcohol in that. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Now that I'm drinking a little bit more, the bitterness is coming out even more. It's not overwhelming, but the bitterness is coming in stronger. You definitely get some citrus peel in there. More specifically, I'm going to say oranges. That's pretty typical. Not really getting a whole lot of anything else other than that citrus peel that lingers on the palate after, you know, that bitterness kind of fades out. Yeah, man, very, very solid triple IPA. And I'm really, really glad I used this glass right there with the gold text, which is nice. I like that gold. Because I'm telling you, man, if this was in a can, I'd be halfway done with this can by now, or at least very close to halfway done. And 12% on empty stomach's not a good idea. It is good if you're trying to get fucked up on the low. So, anyways, man, this is Revision's Hangry. Yes, Hangry, which is also a very good name today, or for this moment. I'm not angry, but I am slightly hungry, like I mentioned, empty stomach. Hangry, 12% ABV. Revision. If you guys like the video, give a thumbs up. Comments leave below. Subscribe for more videos. And as always, dream big dreams and believe all things are possible. Thanks for watching. Cheers.